Literacy Assessment Terms by Betsy Gonzalez. The information in this video is taken from the book Literacy Assessment and Intervention for Classroom Teachers, 5th edition by DeVries. Literacy assessment is the process of gathering data in order to better understand the strengths and weaknesses of students' learning. Reading foundational skills assessments will test concepts of print, phonological awareness, phonics, word recognition, and fluency. Oral reading assessments will assess rate, accuracy, fluency, and comprehension. A teacher can also use observation interviews to assess a student's literacy skills. Formal assessments are standardized tests to compare students to each other. Informal assessments can be observations, rubrics, running records, anecdotal records, or checklists. These are used to see individual growth. Summative assessments are given after a unit of study. Formative assessments are done during instruction to check for understanding and are intended to guide instruction. The literacy specialist can use literacy assessments to determine if there is a reading problem. Once the reading specialist and the teacher know where the student needs to improve, they can use assessment data to guide instruction by allowing the instructor and student to set goals and monitor growth in small group intervention. Language assessment is assessment of students' listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. Formative language assessments for students in grades K through 2 should be given during natural conversations, such as playtime and group conversations. Make a list of the Common Core state standards of listening and speaking, and check off the standards when you see a student has mastered it. This will come in handy when filling out report cards. The English Language Proficiency Assessments for California, or LPAC, is given to English language learners every spring to assess their listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills in the English language. An overall score from 1 through 5 is given to each student. The literacy specialist uses language assessments to provide support to the classroom teachers in grouping students for English language development instruction and by providing strategies to increase language use and understanding. Language assessments are used to monitor growth in language development. Diagnostic testing are standardized tests that determine a student's strengths and weaknesses. The reading diagnostic tool used at Warner is iReady Reading, an online program. iReady Reading diagnostic test is given at the beginning, middle, and end of the year. This data is monitored closely by school and district administration. Running records should be administered at least 3 times a year, but ideally should be given every other month. The literacy specialist should use diagnostic testing to see what skills a student needs so they can put in place a plan to improve those skills in intervention or by coaching the teacher. Remediation is an ongoing reteaching of specific skills to all students. Remediation is the bottom tier of response to intervention because all students receive the same instruction and reteaching to reinforce skills. When 80% of the class has mastered that skill, it is time to move on. Intervention is a more strategic process of teaching that helps students with specific needs. Intervention begins with assessment, then identifying the student's strengths and needs, setting growth targets, delivering research-based instruction, and progress monitoring. Intervention would be the second and third tier of response to intervention, where only some of the students receive extra support where needed. These are the 20% of the students who still need help after remediation. Progress monitoring is a process of assessing student performance and analyzing data to guide instruction. Progress monitoring helps to determine whether Tier 2 and Tier 3 interventions are yielding gains in student achievement. It is the literacy specialist's obligation to monitor progress in literacy for the whole school. The literacy specialist monitors diagnostic assessment data to assist teachers in guiding instruction and determine what students need intervention. This data will assist in determining what skills will need to be taught. In conclusion, the purpose of all literacy assessments is to inform the teacher so the teacher can make data-driven instructional decisions. Thank you.